Good evening. Let's start a new topic. The case of France. Launched in 2020 and updated regularly, the French National Hydrogen Strategy outlines clear objectives for hydrogen production, distribution, and industrial integration. The strategy earmarks billions of euros in public investment for scaling electrolysis capacity, building out hydrogen distribution networks, and fostering demand in key sectors such as mobility and heavy industry. France aims to become a leader in green hydrogen production, with a strong focus on domestic electrolyzer deployment and industrial decarbonization, particularly in the steel and chemical sectors. The French hydrogen strategy was first launched in 2020 and expanded under France 2030, a $54 billion reindustrialization plan, with at least $9 billion allocated to hydrogen. The strategy focuses on electrolyzer development, heavy mobility, and decarbonizing industry. Legislatively, France has begun implementing RED III's targets through the Energy and Climate Law, which integrates binding sub-targets for hydrogen consumption. France interprets the 2030 industrial hydrogen baseline as a static target, meaning it applies from 2030 onward, easing short-term pressure but potentially delaying scaling. One of the notable components of France's approach is the implementation of green hydrogen quotas in mobility, especially in heavy transport and rail applications. The French government has set specific targets for the use of renewable hydrogen in public transport fleets, including buses and trains, and in logistics corridors. The adoption of hydrogen-powered trains, particularly in non-electrified rail segments, is seen as a pragmatic and symbolic shift toward zero-emission public transport. This strategy aligns with broader EU targets while addressing France's unique geographic and industrial landscape. France also plays a critical role in translating complex EU legislation into enforceable national laws. Permitting and safety standards are being tailored to align with European regulations while accounting for local context. For example, hydrogen storage and transport facilities must adhere to EU ADR/RID regulations, but their approval processes, including environmental impact assessments, land use permissions, and safety certifications, are handled by French regulatory agencies. Coordination between ministries responsible for ecology, transport, energy, and industry is vital to ensure coherence across regulations and to minimize administrative bottlenecks. France is also actively engaged in cross-border hydrogen initiatives, collaborating with neighboring countries to develop hydrogen corridors and pipeline infrastructure. These projects, often supported by the EU's Connecting Europe facility and the European Clean Hydrogen Alliance, aim to link French production centers with industrial demand clusters across Europe. France also faces challenges integrating hydrogen into existing market structures. The unbundling of transmission and production, inherited from EU gas regulation, complicates vertically integrated hydrogen systems. This is especially problematic for hydrogen valleys or industrial ports, where combined production, storage, and transport offer economies of scale. Taxation is another unresolved issue. Hydrogen used for storage or reconversion may be taxed twice under current French energy law, once at production and again upon use. This discourages hydrogen as a seasonal storage solution, despite its strategic value in grid balancing.